Hi everyone, welcome to Trade Smart. This is where we help beginner traders to take up your trading skills from beginner level to a professional level. Um, but if you're a beginner trader, I always want to ask you this question like, why do you think a stock will crash without giving you a warning? Today I'm going to dive into 10 triggers that you cannot control as a beginner trader that will make a stock crash. And if you are here with me, join me and let's dive into it. As a beginner trader, you always see stocks that are going up 400%, 500,000%, and you think like because of FOMO, you fear that you're gonna be missing out. You have to jump into it. So let's say the stock price is $10, you jump into it. Then all of a sudden, the stock can drop to $1. You bought it around $9. It means your entire account is almost gone. But why do you think those things happen? You didn't trade it. Nobody you know trade the stock. And it's just tank like that. In this video, I'm breaking down 10 brutal reasons why a stock will collapse or crash when the market is going up. Even when traders do nothing, what can you do? It just dropped. There's nothing like, and especially if you are trading pre-market or after hours, there's nothing for you to say. If you are trading during the market, I mean, you can have um a stop loss. But first, let's start about dilution of stocks through offerings. So whenever you look at company and you look at their float, there will always be another float that will say, okay, the company has it. It's not trading. So you have the traded float and the one that is not traded. So if the stock goes up so much, the company is allowed by law to raise capital. So they can put that stock in there and lower the value of the stock instantly. There's nothing you can do. Also, companies can do toxic financial deals. Hedge fund managers get convertibles knows that pressure prices to be lower. There's nothing you can do because they have the money. If the market price is like $5 and they are paying for 20 billion, the companies will negotiate with them and you will never know. If you go forward, there's something called private placement at a discount. The institution, um, the companies can go. Let's say that you have a stock price at $5. Institution want think that they want to join this company. They'll go to the company and say that hey, they negotiate. We're gonna give you $1, but we are buying 5 billion. If you compare the whole market price, it might not even be 200 million. Somebody want to give you 5 billion. What will you say? They will take that money. That negotiation will go behind um what you and myself will see. So you are trading and keeping your hopes are high, and all that you see that the stock is gonna drop. Also, companies can do a reverse split. They do reverse split. Why do they do reverse split? Sometimes you have a company that has a higher, let's say the float is so high, and this company wanna bring it down. So you have for instance, the only reason Pfizer stock never went up, even though they were the first company that brought COVID vaccination, is because Pfizer has almost 5 billion. As at the last time that I checked, 5 billion shares. Moderna had about 300 million. So the shares of Moderna went up so much is because Moderna has smaller shares. And the underlying thing is demand and supply. If a company has more shares, it means that fewer money can follow it. If they have small shares, it means that more money will follow it. So the reverse split is the company sees that we have 5 billion shares. What we're gonna do now, okay, we have 5 billion shares. We're gonna condense it so that you have 500 million. They can say that, okay, if you have 100 shares, we're gonna make it to a way that you get one share. So it's 1 to 100. They will bring their shares down. And that those things they will do it, you might not see it, even though sometimes they post it out there. You might not see it. Or the same day that they will do the stock split, it will not even go up or go down. So there's nothing you can do. What about if people are working for the company and they want to sell their shares? Insider share is selling. Large quiet sales off by executives tank confidence. If a company, let's say Walmart, have executives that are selling their shares, what do you think the outsiders will do? Because now it tells you that, oh, if they don't believe in the company, what's the point of me also believing in that company? What if there's a regulatory troubles for that company? For instance, there can be lawsuit that is pending for companies. Who will invest their money if you know that the company is having a lawsuit? It's scarce of investors. So these are some of the things that can bring stocks down without you, the trader, knowing or understanding it. It's not just that. Also, there can be loss of compliance if this company is not complying to the regulatory authority. For instance, Nasdaq, you have to keep your stock above $1 for a certain time. If you are not doing it, they're gonna delist you. So this can trigger a forced exit of funds from the company. Because if that company is gonna get delisted from Nasdaq, why should I put my money in the company? That's another thing. What if investors hear about bankruptcy rumor? Sometimes when a company is not doing well, they file for bankruptcy. So if I'm an investor and I hear that this company is gonna go bankruptcy, there's no point for me to waste my time or my money. So I will sell the shares. And you as an investor, I'm not gonna tell you that I'm selling my shares. So when they drop that shares, It will be like $5 before you know it's a dollar or two. What about if the company has payments obligations and they are not able to satisfy it? Well, companies that you own, if you are not able to pay it, definitely this company is gonna um signal to your investors. And then what will happen? Okay, if I'm holding this stock and the company is not able to meet or hit obligations, then I have to sell it because I don't know when it's gonna go on bankruptcy. So that is one of the things that also can bring price down without you controlling it. There's nothing you can do about it. The last thing that I can say about why stocks will go down without your control is about the sector panic. Let's assume that there was another president that was in charge and was so much interested in electric vehicles. Then we have a new president that don't even give a shit about electric vehicles, but they care about gasoline vehicles. What do you think the electric vehicle is going to happen, especially if they were giving um, incentives and now they don't get no incentives? I mean, they cannot produce at the same cost. So that is another thing that will drop the stock price. So as a beginner trader, if you are trading, I want you to have all these things in mind that when I get into a stock without the news or whatever news that the stock is going, I cannot sit here and trust it 100% because there's always going to be certain things behind the scene that you will never understand or you will never know as a beginner trader. But if you have that in mind, going into the markets, you're going to perform well versus you thinking that, oh, the stock is going up and think it's going to go more up, especially when you have all these reasons behind that could um, drop the stock at any time. It is 11 a.m. Arizona time. It's a time that I'm about to go to bed. I will always encourage you if you love the analysis that I give for this stock trading. I always want you to go ahead and subscribe to Trade Smart. Even if you don't like it and you have a comment, I want you to put your comment so we can improve the way we do things here. But before I go, I'm always also giving um, listeners advice, and what I always say is 2025, even with AI going on, it's still gonna depend on rare earth mineral. So do your due diligence, understand this, and then know that now the next 4 years, as Trump is interested in building America, the rare earth mineral is something that United States is not independent about, and they're gonna work on it. So there's gonna be stocks from that sector that's gonna go up. I see you tomorrow. Take care.